Darren B. Casey, B.A. in Business, 1981. Entrepreneur, philanthropist, nationally recognized as one of the nation's leading commercial real estate developers. He was born in 1959 to Raymond and Robbie Casey in Andrews, Texas, a few miles to the northwest of Midland, Odessa. That's him with little sister Rosalind. Not many office buildings way out there in West Texas, something he'd want to change when he grew up. Growing up in the flatlands, he had lots of time for playing out of doors, taking up woodworking, for which he was honored with the state championship, playing golf, making it to the state championship tournament, and rubbing up close and personal to movers and shakers like Governor Preston Smith. By the time he graduated from Andrews High School, he was ready to see some things that were kind of rare out in his part of the state: water, trees, and women. So of course he chose to attend Texas State. We don't know about the water and the trees, but it was clear that otherwise the young business major found the San Marcos campus to his liking. When he wasn't serving as escort for the homecoming queen, he somehow found just enough time for making Dean's List, serving on the Student Foundation, and being nominated for Gaillardian. Oh, and he was also manager of the 125-member Strutter Squad, which he accompanied on road trips where, among other notables, he got to meet the likes of Zsa Zsa Gabor. He pledged Kappa Sigma and in 1981 served as president. All of which made his mom very proud. But don't get the idea that all he did was spend time with beautiful women. He also had experience working offshore oil rigs, the kind of work that convinced him that his future lay in real estate investment and development. The kind of work that afforded leisure time on the golf course with folks like fellow Texas State alum George Strait. The first real estate investment Darren made was when he was still at Texas State. When the Kappa Sigma house burned down, he bought and sold a piece of land during the 80s land boom to pay for rebuilding the frat house. Here's another golf course moment with former President Gerald Ford. Casey could afford to take time off now and then when he wasn't busily involved in some of the biggest real estate investment transactions in the history of San Antonio, his base of operations. He formed Baxter Southwest Corporate Realty Services to manage a vast array of office buildings and shopping centers. He also established an investment arm, Casey Development Limited. During the savings and loan bust of the 80s, he bought distressed properties and turned them into profitable deals. His timing was impeccable as the San Antonio economy blossomed. Darren Casey drove himself as hard as he drove his business, as evidenced by his completion of the New York Marathon in 1992 and 1993. But building and managing large office and retail structures was just what he did for a living. What he really enjoyed was getting away from civilization and thinning the hordes of cantankerous Cape buffalo in Africa, or plying the Pacific and Caribbean aboard Double Trouble, his sport fishing yacht, in search of giant marlin. And it turns out he's good at that too, winning top honors in numerous tournaments. Never let it be said that Casey let the big one get away. And while Double Trouble is big in its class, it would barely qualify as a tender compared to the USS Ronald Reagan aircraft carrier. In recognition of his support for the military, he was invited aboard. Now hear this. Navy blue is a perfectly good color. But Casey's daughters, all 5 of them, Brittany, Courtney, Lindsay, Haley, and Kenley, are perfectly at ease in camouflage. Here's the whole gang together for his parents' 50th wedding anniversary. And here are Robbie and Raymond Casey with their son in front of the new Athletic Administration building, which bears his name in appreciation for his support of athletics, with the first $1 million gift in its history. He's also been recognized with an endowed professorship in his name for his contributions to McCoy College of Business Administration. He has been recognized by the Wall Street Journal for Best Office Redevelopment, recognized by National Real Estate Investor for one of the largest transactions in San Antonio history, recognized by the Urban Land Institute and the International Council of Shopping Centers. The Alumni Association, on behalf of Texas State University, is proud to confer on Darren Casey its Distinguished Alumni Award for 2009.